welcome to day 3 of 30 days of fall recipes. Well, today we're gonna make pumpkin scones, but they are going to have a cinnamon spiced chip in them. Now, sometimes you can find cinnamon chips in your store. Grab those if you can. I lived in a small town, they didn't have any. You've got a couple choices if you're gonna make them. You can make individual chocolate chips, kind of like this, which is really annoying. Or you can just do like logs, and once it hardens, just break them up, and they're gonna be chip-esque. So I'm gonna make scones a lot like I make a pie crust, where we just want to get our butter really cold and broken up into small pieces, touching as much as possible. So you could take a stick of butter and you could grate it into it, or you could do it like this and do it in a food processor. So I've got 2 3/4 cups of flour, and you need a tablespoon of baking powder. We're gonna do 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt and 1/3 of a cup of sugar in here. And we need 1/2 of a tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice as well. 1/2 tablespoon pumpkin pie spice. And let's blend this up so all of our butter isn't just covered in pumpkin pie spice. And then we're gonna drop 1 stick of cold, like frozen cold, cubed butter. So you just want to dump your dry into a different bowl, and we're gonna combine 2 eggs with 2/3 of a cup of pumpkin puree, just pure pumpkin puree, not pumpkin pie spice or pumpkin pie filling. And combine these two. Now this is like any other thing made with cold butter where you don't want to over mix it. So you're just going to gently kind of fold. Sometimes you end up having to do this a little bit with your hands, but you never want to knead it. I stuck my white chocolate chip cinnamon in the freezer to let them harden up, and now I just want to make them chip size. All right, I've got my cinnamon white chocolate chips all broken up, and they're just gonna go in here. Now you can do whatever you want. If you want like a pumpkin chocolate chip, you could do that. You could do crystallized ginger. Sky's the limit, whatever sounds good to you. Just gonna mix this a little bit, and then we're gonna put it on parchment paper to kind of form it. Scones will always be crumbly when you are doing this because your butter's frozen, so it's not mixing in and creating liquid. We want that to happen in the baking process. That's what gives us the flakiness. So I like to wear gloves. I always keep gloves on hand. And just letting my paper help me kind of knead it just a little bit to get kind of all of the dry out. These need to go into your freezer for, I say, a minimum of an hour. I'm actually gonna freeze mine overnight because I want to take them to school with me in the morning, and I wanna get out as fresh, possibly still warm scones. So you can cut this into however many you want. I'm gonna do 8. Of course, to cook them, you don't want them to still be in a circle. Sometimes to freeze them, it's easiest to leave them like this, but when you bake them, they will need to be pulled apart. For my glaze, for my pumpkin scones, I think I just want to do like a cinnamon glaze. So I've got powdered sugar, about a cup, maybe a tablespoon of cinnamon. You may not need quite this much. Might be making it a little much. You can add water, milk, heavy cream, maple syrup. I have some of this pumpkin spice latte creamer. I thought maybe it would be yummy in it. Give it maybe a little pumpkin flavor. I think that this is going to be good, and once they cool a little bit, I'll drizzle them. A neighbor came by, so I gave her one. So I'm missing a pumpkin scone, but I just like to drizzle these. You could totally cover them if you wanted to. This one broke on me, so it'll be mine. And inside, you can see our bits of cinnamon chips that we made. It's nice and flaky, perfectly spiced. It's perfect for fall. I hope you guys make them.